Was TD Jakes' hospitalization the consequence of a ruthless effort to permanently fire the actor? Since it seems like he is aware of too many of the nefarious secrets of the Hollywood elites, some people undoubtedly believe this. Additionally, it seems like the death of another innocent person is the price of quiet, based on TD Jakes' serious condition. Conspiracy theories have long been prevalent in show business, and it seems that the industry is targeting Jake as well. Hold on to your seats, folks, because I'm about to tell you all who the supposed villain responsible for this tragedy is. Welcome back to the Sad Sport channel, everyone. I constantly provide you with the most up-to-date information on the most scandalous happenings in show industry. The voice of TD Jakes abruptly halted in the middle of his speech on November 24, 2024. As he slumped, 2.3 million people watched in horror as his eyes rolled back and his skin became gray. The physician's discovery of the cause, however, was the true shock. The little-known tale of Bishop Jake's struggle for survival and his image is now emerging as a $100 million lawsuit threatens his business, and ominous rumors circulate online. He seems to still be under medical monitoring, and the doctor is doing a number of tests in an attempt to determine the cause of his unexplained ailment. Since the actor reportedly alerted the authorities that someone was after him, there are no official updates on the potential cause for the actor's urgent hospitalization, and many people begin to suspect that this is a very dodgy narrative. Fans decided to look into it on their own because the family was not responding, and it seems that they have identified the guy who attempted to kill TD Jakes. Still, it's Puff Daddy himself. Since the pastor has lately been outspoken about the music mogul's private gatherings, if you get what I mean, there have long been rumors that Diddy is attempting to take action against TD Jakes. What is wrong with Jake's health? And why are specialists finding it difficult to determine what is causing his enigmatic health issues? Since fans only get little tidbits of information on their beloved actor's health, and it's still uncertain whether he will recover and return to work. The mystery surrounding his condition seems to be somewhat dark. It seems that no one anticipates his improving anytime soon. He is still in the hospital and is being tested, but he is awake and conscious, according to a source close to his family who spoke to the media. They are keeping an eye on him. Although this could just be a coincidence, Jake's life has lately been filled with numerous regrettable coincidences that have many people worried that someone from the Hollywood elite is trying to quiet him and get rid of him. The family seems to be aware of it as well. For this reason, they just let the physician speak to the actor and don't provide any other information. Additionally, allegations from May suggest that this is related to Jake's recent disclosures of Diddy's extravagant parties. If you're unaware, the pastor and the rap mogul have been pals for a long time. Jakes is reportedly one of the few individuals in the business who is aware of this, while keeping a tight secret about Diddy's closeness and lavish parties for boys. Additionally, Jakes recently admitted in a video that went viral online, suggesting that he possesses evidence of his friend's crazy adventures. Given that this video has gone viral, it is easy to make the connections in this narrative and conclude that Jake's set mishaps and even his quickly declining health are somehow connected. Although Diddy's involvement in some of Hollywood's most enigmatic deaths has not been established, I suppose everyone is aware of his influence and connections to certain gangs. Numerous other celebrities in Diddy's inner circle have passed away unexpectedly over the years or had severe health issues. It is said that this is Diddy's method of warning others not to cross his path. However, Jakes and Puff have always been close, so the actor was a handy buddy until he began to divulge some personal information that the music tycoon didn't want to be known. Perhaps it is the cause of the confusion and disruptions that TD Jakes and his crew encountered during the making of the movie Back in Action. It seems that the period was very stressful and anxious for the Jakes, which may have contributed to his mental breakdown and made his condition worse. To make the Jakes go crazy, many fans think that everything was planned and manufactured, and it seems that his familiarity with the trade secrets has turned into a good excuse to attack him. According to a fan's reply, Jakes is aware of all the negative aspects of the music and film industries. He must use caution in what he divulges. And someone else said, "You're right, there is a conspiracy. They will remove you and quiet you without your knowledge while praying for you if you don't obey." According to one source, there was a really unpleasant vibe on set, and many people were essentially hoping that this would end. Others question how many negative things could happen to Jakes in such a short time frame, and if it's related to Jake's recent disclosure that he has some intriguing video of his pal Diddy at one of these parties. Jakes is obviously well aware of Puff's covert activities, but regrettably, the actor hasn't exercised caution while speaking. When he was discussing this, he apparently didn't realize he was being videotaped and believed he was with pals. Despite early rumors that Jakes was sent to the hospital in severe condition, the actor is fortunate that his life is not now in danger. Since Jake's family is currently being overly protective and doesn't want to give Diddy any clues about what's going on with Jakes or what stage of recovery he is at, I suppose we just need to wait for the statement from Jakes himself. Even though all the details regarding the nature of his stroke are still unknown and people are making wild speculations and searching for the truth. Even if the truth may never be known, it is clear that Jakes is simply another victim of the Hollywood elites, and his hospitalization serves as a warning to other celebrities who want to reveal the true situation in the business. Given Jake's health issue and Diddy's obvious message, I can see why the family provided the public with very little information about him. Jake's wife was the only one to mention his unexpected medical issue. Fortunately, he is already on the road to recovery thanks to prompt intervention and excellent care. We value your prayers and are aware of how adored he is. Privacy was requested by the family throughout this period. So mysterious, isn't it? Another indication that Jakes is being punished for knowing too much and that something sinister is happening. And this time, it wasn't like ruthlessly and blatantly murdering Biggie or Tupac. No, this time, Jakes was gradually driven into a collapse, which was exacerbated by fraud efforts. This is simply one more instance of people's lives being manipulated and their deaths occurring for the benefit of a small number of influential business players. Many admirers are certain that Diddy's exposing film caused Jakes to fall prey to his abuse. Definitely tried to take him out. One commenter said, "It's true, he told himself, if he senses it and feels it." Another admirer said, "May God grant Jakes a speedy recovery." Bishop T.D. Jakes made a significant move. With just 50 families from his little congregation in West Virginia, he relocated to Dallas, Texas. He hosted the Potter's House's first service in a leased space on July 28. Even though there were just 300 attendees, it marked the start of something enormous. The church required a larger location since 5,000 people were attending in only 6 months. Jakes paid $3.2 million for a 28-acre property in December. It was formerly owned by another preacher, but the Potter's House presently resides there. It was an amazing first service. Every seat was occupied, and more than 8,000 people gathered, standing in overflow areas. Everyone was impacted by Jake's stirring sermons and message of hope. The church was expanding so quickly by 1999 that a new sanctuary was constructed. It cost $45 million and was enormous, spanning 191,000 square feet. It could accommodate 8,000 people when it debuted in July 2000. Amazingly, the church only needed 4 years to pay off the loan. The Potter's House was more than simply a church. It was a global movement that transformed lives. The Potter's House has incredible expansion. The church had 10,000 members by the end of 1997. There were 20,000 2 years later. Because so many people wanted to come, they began hosting 3 Sunday sessions in 2000. More than 23,000 individuals arrive every week. People of many colors and backgrounds were drawn to the church, reflecting Dallas's diversity. With over 30,000 members by 2005, it was among the biggest churches in the United States. There was more to the Potter's House. It established campuses in additional locations, including as Denver and Fort Worth. In 2010, the church transmitted its service to several places on New Year's Eve, reaching more than 40,000 people in a single night. By 2020, the church had campuses all throughout the United States, and 32,000 people attended on average each week. It rose to prominence as one of the nation's most significant churches. In addition to growing the church, T.D. Jakes went on to become a best-selling author and filmmaker. Woman, Thou Art Loosed, his first novel, was published in 1993. It spent 75 weeks on bestseller lists and sold over 3 million copies. After becoming well-known as a writer thanks to that novel, Jakes published more than 40 books and sold over 20 million copies. On significant bestseller lists, a few of his works have peaked at number 1. He made a movie out of Woman, Thou Art Loosed in 2004, and it brought in $6.8 million at the box office. Other films produced by his production business, TDJ Enterprises, including Jumping the Broom and Heaven is for Real, both of which brought in over $100 million globally. Additionally, Jakes had a television show called Potter's Touch that was seen by millions of people worldwide. He even started a chat show of his own in 2016, and he subsequently collaborated with Amazon to develop a streaming channel for his sermons and other material. Jake has also established strong groups. Beginning in 1995, T.D. Jakes Ministries gained notoriety for gatherings like Woman Thou Art Loosed, which expanded into a sizable convention. In 2004, the Atlanta event drew more than 52,000 attendees. MegaFest, another event, increased local economy and attracted over 100,000 people. His firm, TDJ Enterprises, expanded into a multi-division enterprise that now includes real estate, music, movies, and books. The business revealed a $150 million real estate project in Atlanta in 2022. TDJ Enterprises was making more than $500 million annually by 2023. Time magazine named T.D. Jakes the finest preacher in America in 2001. This was a significant event. The piece was published just after the 9/11 attacks, when the country was in dire need of optimism. Jakes was commended by Time for his healing message and ability to connect with people. Jakes's books sold more copies, his TV viewership expanded, and his fame increased as a result of the cover story. Beyond his role as a preacher, T.D. Jakes has accomplished a great deal. Presidents George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump have all consulted him. His leadership at the morning prayer session for Barack Obama's inauguration on January 20, 2009, was a significant event. Obama became the first Black president of the United States, making this a historic day. Jakes continued after that. He has collaborated with foreign leaders such as King Abdullah of Jordan, President Rawlings of Ghana, and President Obasanjo of Nigeria. He was present when Pope Francis visited the United States in 2015 and at a White House luncheon for African leaders in 2014. This demonstrates how Jakes affects the world and ties politics and spirituality together. Jakes founded Conversations with America in 2015, focusing on important topics including criminal justice reform and racial inequity. In a 2016 live forum, he discussed these concepts with Chris Matthews of MSNBC. Numerous prominent individuals, such as journalists and members of Congress, attended this event, which was broadcast live to an audience of more than 1 million people. This demonstrates how Jakes solves practical issues by fusing action with spiritual leadership. Jakes is well known in Hollywood as well. His producing business has produced films that have brought in over $500 million globally. Jumping the Broom, which was one of his blockbusters and the year's top comedy, was released in 2011. Another was Jennifer Garner's 2016 film Miracles from Heaven. These films demonstrated that religious tales may be popular forms of entertainment. Even though it was brief, Jake's 2016 talk show demonstrated his desire to reach a wider audience. Jakes is more than simply a filmmaker. He concentrates that he launched the T in 2020 to generate $100 million, for he collaborated with $1 billion in resources in 2023. $9 million to 16 groups by early 2024. Housing and job training are provided by the individuals. Hollywood may get rid of individuals they don't like, among other things. The good news is that Jake's loved ones are at his side. And until the truth is revealed, nobody is permitted to approach the actor. Many hints lead to the rap mogul once again, even though it's very improbable that Diddy would face charges for attempting to kill an innocent person. What do you think? Is it really a coincidence that soon before the stroke, video of Jake's revealing Diddy's party became viral? Or was the actor's life really the target of a terrible attack? I'm interested in hearing your opinions, so please share them in the comments section below. Watch my other video on dubious Diddy-related occurrences in the meantime. It seems that the music entrepreneur has a lot of secrets. That's about all for today. I appreciate you watching. Keep checking back, and I'll be back shortly with more rumors about I vow to return soon with more celebrity rumors regarding your favorite stars, so stay tuned.